It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. We're back, we're back, we're back. He's not back with us, so this is for the very last time it seems. Da 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 da. My Little Pony Mystery number 15. Who is the Black Pony of Darkness? Tape 6, Side A, which is actually Tape 5, Side B. Helper number 42, Mrs. Stapleton, and helper number 41, also simply known as Mrs. Stapleton. You are found not guilty on any charges. Having been brainwashed by your daughter, helper number 41, and your granddaughter, helper number 42, into joining the Black Ponies, I do not believe that any of this was your fault. It was your daughter, granddaughter, who customized both Tutti Frutti and Soapy Dreams as the Black Pony of Sickness and the Black Pony of Illness. Again, rather appropriate names, since you were always claiming to anyone who tried to ring your daughter, granddaughter, that she was too ill to speak to them, when she was actually in Ponyland causing trouble. And so the list went on. Helper number 35 was not charged either, because helper number 60, David Alder, admitted to having brought her into the Black Ponies team, against her will. She had been under the forgetful spell which all of the Black Ponies had been under. As you already know, helpers numbers 31 and 32, whose names were not to be mentioned, had turned against the Black Ponies and were helping the MLPs. So they were of course freed. Helper number 30, Miss Betts. You are charged on having customized a certain little pony who wishes not to be named from Paradise Land as the Black Pony of Cruelty. And your mother, helper number 29, Mrs. Betts, is charged on customizing another little pony from Paradise Land who also wishes not to be named, this time as the Black Pony of Nastiness. Helpers numbers 27 and 28 are charged on customizing their own Black Ponies, and also bringing in helper number 53, who became one of the chief customizers, and also helper number 31, who never wished to be a Black Pony helper at all, but was too scared to turn against the group, until she discovered that many others did not want to be there either. The list went on. Helper number 23, Mrs. Mukherjee, was charged on customizing Diamond Dreamer as the Black Pony of Superciliousness. Sarah Lewis also got 20 years in prison for having customized Ice Cream Delight as the Black Pony of Misfortune. Helpers numbers 20 and 21, of course, were freed, as you already know, which is why their names, originally seen by the ponies in unreadable signatures on badges which they always wore, claiming that they were very important people, were still not revealed. Helper number 19, Miss Dewberry. You were charged on having lied to many My Little Pony collectors down on Earth, some of whom you depressed so badly that they stopped collecting and sent many My Little Ponies to their doom by selling them straight to Miss Cluckton, who of course immediately C'd and RH'd them. You also customized your own Black Pony, the Black Pony of Doom, and she was created out of a little pony known as Lots of Fun. But I must tell you, Miss Dewberry, that the creation of the Black Pony of Doom was not lots of fun for the My Little Pony involved.
Did you hear that?
Dodge remarked a little while later.
Helper number 18 has been set free.
Why?
Why would they do that?
I asked them to, Desiree admitted. Helpers numbers 10, 11, and 18 I'm unsure about.
Just like with David Alder, you mean?
Lofty said. Exactly. There was no proof that they had customized their own ponies, and in fact they claimed that one of the other helpers had done it for them, although they would not say whom, because they said that whoever this mystery helper was, he or she had already left the Black Ponies many years ago now.
Just like about any of the helpers could have said that, you know.
Yes, but I don't think that they would be capable of customizing real ponies. They may well have customized some plastic ponies, but as we know, those ponies have all been saved now. Apart from a few injuries, they're just fine. So, as long as they pay for their upkeep at the rescue home, I'm quite happy to take the ponies in.
However can you say that, Desiree? Helper number 11 admits to being a cake scoffer herself. So I just know she's going to come and steal my cucumber cake, you know. She might like develop a taste for tarts and come and steal my celery ones.
That's right, Twinkle, Dodge agreed. But since they're banned from Ponyland, and all of the rainbows have been folded up now, apart from those leading to here from my garden, I don't see that we're going to have any more trouble with them. Help number 15, Mr. Collins, Majesty began, and she sentenced him too to 20 years for customizing Rosette's Surprise as the Black Pony of Night. Helper number 14, Mrs. Christie, was also sentenced to 20 years for customizing Love Pony as the Black Pony of Horror. Miss Collins, Mr. Collins' daughter, was sentenced to 20 years too for having customized Butterfly Surprise, the Black Pony of Dusk, and her mother, Mrs. Collins, was sentenced to 20 years in prison for customizing Shining Surprise as the Black Pony of Dread.
Well, you know, I think that Desiree might be right.
Pinkie Pie said as helper number 10 and 11 were told that they were to be freed. They looked very happy, and although helper number 11 held a large slice of cake on a plate and was eating it as she walked out of Dreamcastle store and was escorted back to her own rainbow together with her husband and her son before the MLPs folded it up forever. It was not a cucumber cake, but instead a cake of a flavour which humans found far more preferable. A chocolate cake.
I don't think that she's, well, capable of doing anything but eating cake.
Well, she is an official cake scoffer, Lancer said. And everyone laughed, as helper number 9, Holly Smith, was led out. Miss Smith, at just 8 years old, we're not officially allowed to lock you up, as I don't know that you actually understood what it was that you were doing. Although, once again, you will be fined for the upkeep of the My Little Ponies, which have now gone to recover at Desiree Skylark's My Little Pony Rescue Home, including one very rare little pony who you picked up at a charity shop many years ago, apparently, and customized almost immediately as the Black Pony.
Actually, that isn't true. That was Sarah Lewis who found that pony and customized her. If I'm thinking of the same pony. A white one with a red present symbol. I don't know what her name is.
Sarah Lewis was brought back into the room. Is this true, Miss Lewis? Before, you lied to us and told us that it was Miss Smith who had found the pony. Sarah Lewis admitted that it was true. Then you shall get another 2 years for lying to us.
But that isn't fair,
Sarah Lewis said. There is a Ponyland law, which you probably don't know since you spent your life following Black Pony laws. that you must not lie in a court case. So I'm afraid to say, Miss Lewis, that it is very fair.
But
there was nothing to but about. Helper number 8, Mr. Alder. You were charged on having stolen money from many different people and many different ponies, and having customized a little pony known as Roper as the Black Pony of Rain. It is also unclear whether you actually were the one who introduced 60 to the Black Pony group, who in turn introduced a lot of other helpers. So you are being fined and forced to give back all of the money which you have stolen, as well as being locked up for at least 20 years. Helper number 7, Mr. Woolley. You wrote an article in a collector's magazine with false information about values of My Little Pony toys, because you thought that you could steal a whole box of them from Nightmare Castle from your other Black Pony helper friends, and you thought that you could put the price up first and sell them on at a profit. All that you did was ruined a lot of fun for many genuine pony collectors. As well as this, you customized a little pony by the name of Toppy as the Black Pony of Thunder. Helper number 6, Mrs. Charge. You are charged on having stolen from many families, including our friends, the Alder family, or at least those we thought were our friends. Now it seems that only Desiree and Jackie can be trusted. Having stolen many thousands of pounds worth of goods from old people's families, it really would be best if you would pay back all of the money that you owe them. And I should still expect you to serve 20 years in prison. The Black Pony of Curses, or Nightshade, as he was once, and now is once again known, was not customized by you, but by a Miss Cluckton, for your predecessor, Mr. Leach. So you are not being charged on that count, but having stolen many thousands of goods, most of which were irreplaceable, you are still being locked up, and probably for longer than 20 years. Helper number 5, Mr. Dunnington. Customizer of the Black Pony of Hatred, or Buddy, as he was once, and now, once again, is known. You have insulted many ponies and people over the years, and have stolen from lots of families down on Earth, I am told. You were particularly keen on stealing Charles Dickens books for the Black Pony of Hatred to read. Helper number 5 nodded. Well, you will now get exactly what you deserved. You must pay a fine for the upkeep of the ponies which you thought were so ugly, to be given a nice retirement from their lives as black ponies at the rescue home, and you will also serve 20 years in prison. Miss Dewberry, the Black Pony of Gloom's customizer, I do believe, who was actually Easter Treat, and now once again is Easter Treat. You introduced your younger sister to the Black Ponies team, as well as doing this atrocious customizing thing that all of the horrid people in this room seem to have done at one time or another. But I do believe that you were one of the head customizers, and so you face life imprisonment. As does helper number 3, Mrs. Vermilio. Desiree remembers a time when you were flaunting your customs, as apparently these horrid painted ponies are known, in a Collect It magazine down on Earth many years ago. You did very helpfully lead us towards the conclusion of our mysteries with this article, when Lofty fortunately remembered that you were a Black Pony helper.
Diablo and Baby Emerald, along with all of your other customs, have now been freed and are living at the My Little Pony Rescue Home. But Desiree does need funds, and so you must pay for the upkeep of the little ponies whom you wanted to destroy. Ashley muttered, and unhappily wrote out a check immediately. But this will not be the only charge we press against you. For your customizing, you must serve 30 years in jail. Mrs. Vermilio tried to make a complaint, but Majesty informed her that Lydia's grave would be properly tended by her husband and Desiree and Jackie Alder, since it was not Lydia Angel's fault that she had had such a cruel mother. Ashley asked why it was that she was being given such a long sentence, and Majesty said that, as with most of the helpers, the main 20 years was for the real pony, this time Moki, who she had customized as the Black Pony of Nightmares, but the other 10 years were for the plastic ponies, which they could prove she had customized from the photographs in the Collect It magazine. Helper number 2, Eleanor Glastonbury, the Black Pony of Lightning, or Logan's helper. Being Lorna Charge's daughter's best friend, we know exactly what your personality is like, and we know just how much you have stolen in the past. Therefore, you shall pay an enormous fine and face life imprisonment. And finally, helper number 1, Miss Cluckton. Yes, you horrible white pony. The ponies in the crowd gasped as the handcuffed girl was led out and sat in front of Majesty. There is no need to be rude, Miss Cluckton. We know exactly what you have done, and no amount of good behaviour would get you out of this trouble, let alone the bad behaviour which you are showing right now. If you were not already facing life imprisonment and a fine of at least £100,000 compensation for all of the misery which you have caused, I would extend your prison sentence here and now. Mary seemed taken aback at her sentence, as if she believed she had done nothing wrong. But, reluctantly, the girl, who was rather rich, for reasons which it was best not to know, handed over a cheque for £100,000, which would go towards the upkeep of all of the hundreds of ponies whom she had customized and were now living a happy retirement at the My Little Pony Rescue Home. As she was led off towards the basement of Dream Castle, a very clean room which was now going to be turned into a prison for all of these evil humans, and everybody watched her leave. They saw the black-haired girl turn to them and say one last thing before she left. "You'll be sorry," she sneered at Truly, Lancelofty, Pinkie Pie, Kiwi Tart, Shellbell, Sparkle Splodge, Twinkle Dodge, Ash Fiery, Trevor Travis, Kathy, Steve, Poncho, Marcia, Mary Beth, Desiree and Jackie, who were sitting in the front row watching. "You'll be sorry. Where do you think that the idea for the black ponies came from, anyway?" "To tell you the truth," Desiree said, "we don't really care. Wherever the idea came from, I would imagine from one of your sick little minds. It wasn't a very nice idea, and many, many creatures have suffered over these past 4 years because of it. So we don't really care where your silly idea came from. But you would do, if only you knew the truth." Mary snarled at them as she was led through the door. But despite all this, the ponies felt as if an enormous weight had been lifted off of them as the last helper was led through the door.
and all of the ponies, and other creatures in the room, including some helpers who had turned against the black ponies and had wanted to fight on the MLP's side for a long time, but had been too scared in case they were locked up forever in the nasty Nightmare Castle dungeon, began to dance around the room. A huge celebration was in order, and the party would begin tomorrow. The ponies just couldn't wait. Now that all of their mysteries were solved, the black ponies and their helpers gone for good, CLM would be able to attend, as would the Rainbow Land inhabitants. Or so Dodge's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Sooty had said through the magic star, since now the nastiness in Ponyland had been replaced by laughter and happiness. Those who had gone to live in Rainbow Land would be able to come down and meet anybody who was allowed in Ponyland there. This would be the most special party in all of Ponyland's history. A huge celebration like the one that the ponies were planning took a lot of preparation, and so it was that the parade, which would start the long party to celebrate the defeat of the black ponies and their helpers, did not take place until Tuesday the 14th of November 2006. Everybody gathered in Paradise Land where the parade would start, and those who were taking part in the parade sat in the corner nervously, hoping that they wouldn't get anything wrong. To make it worse, the previous day they had recorded every single song which they had sung during their adventures, and this was the music which would accompany the parade. They hadn't yet listened to the recording though, and so they didn't know how bad it would sound when it started being played through loudspeakers all over Ponyland, Ponyville, Butterfly Island and Unicornia. The loudspeakers were all over the magical world in case any of the ponies were not able to make it to a good viewing place for the parade, and they wouldn't miss out on the celebration completely. But all of the little ponies, including, finally, the ponies who had not been released as plastic ponies down on Earth yet, lined the streets that the parade of ponies would prance through in just a few minutes' time, from Paradise Land to Dream Valley. The mystery-solving team would lead the parade. Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle Splodge, Twinkle Dodge, all of their siblings, Truly, Lancelofty, Pinkie Pie, Kiwi Tart and Shoalbell, followed by a lot of other ponies who had taken part in their adventures and had helped to solve mysteries. Then all of the ponies who had been customised to look like black ponies would follow, and finally their families would be able to see them once again. After this, all of the ponies from Desiree Skylark's My Little Pony Rescue Home would parade, followed by Majesty and the other royal ponies, and then finally followed by the general viewing public, who would follow at the end of the parade as the procession passed by them. Then when they arrived in Dream Valley, they would have a huge party, which would start a celebration that would go on for several weeks.
I do hope that I don't do anything wrong,
Dodge said, looking at Twinkle nervously.
Well, so like I know, but I don't think that I will, because I'm wearing my, lucky hat.
Twinkle turned his head on one side.
Isn't this my best side for photographs, do you think? Does my hat, look the best that it could? Well, yes or no? Well, what do you think?
I think that you look splendid, Twinkle, Sparkle said. The little guinea pig was wearing an identical hat to his twin brother, as were the rest of their family. Kathy, Poncho, Steve, Mary Beth and Poncho and Marcia.
Well, we don't need to wear ridiculously big hats,
Splodge said.
After all, our rosettes lights are so glorious that everyone will want to take photographs of us as it is. If I wore a huge hat, they would cover some of my rosettes. But I do hope that I don't get blinded by the flash of so many cameras wanting to photograph us. Same here, Splodge,
Trevor said.
Oh, I do hope that we look just as good as we do now all the way through the parade. Well, at least we don't have to worry about the black-haired loser anymore,
Travis said, thinking about Mary Cluckton.
Well, that is very true,
Ash said.
for certain.
Fiery added. Why hasn't the parade started yet? Desiree asked. Because some of the creatures who are taking part in the parade haven't arrived yet. Those who are coming from Rainbow Land. But I don't know if they're going to come at all now. And if they don't come in the next few minutes, I think we're going to have to leave without them. But just then, a pink glow drifted towards them. It seemed to be an enormous rainbow, but it was surrounded by a mysterious pink glow, just as Desiree had seen surrounding some pink wings not quite a long time ago, though Desiree couldn't remember what they had been part of. But then Desiree saw exactly what she had seen many years before and had forgotten. Flying Zimmer frames. She had seen them when she had attended a My Little Pony Christmas show, and all of the residents from Chestnut Lodge had been riding on them. But this time there were only 2 of them, and her grandparents were riding them. Following behind were many little animals who she had thought she would not see for many, many years. Bubbles, Soapy, Dieselbell, Dieserella, Clover, Lucky, Hoppy, Jumpy, Dandelion and his twin brother, who Desiree had never met before, Buttercup, Squeaky, and her twin sister, who Desiree had never met before, Squawky. Lord Blizzard Greyears, Lord Snowstorm Greyears, Sir Alfred Pinknose, Sir Johnson Pinknose, Crispin, Cracker, Star, Sticky, and many other insects. And then all of Jackie Alder's old animals began to float down from the sky, led by Nimrod, Chloe, Argus, and Chalky. Torchy brought up the rear of these, before 4 more guinea pigs came into sight.
It's like, you know, Miriam,
Twinkle cried out excitedly. And Frank.
And John. I told you all about him, didn't I?
Dodge cried out excitedly, just as the 2 ginger guinea pigs had done moments before.
And yeah, that's my mother, Jane,
Splodge added. Finally, Sooty floated down from the sky and settled down at the back of the group of Rainbow Land inhabitants who were walking in the parade just in front of the Desiree Skylark's My Little Pony Rescue Home rescue ponies.
Well, it seems we're all ready to go now,
Lofty said.
Yep, I think you're probably right there, Lofty,
Pinkie Pie said.
So, shall we get going?
Locket asked. Sure, Lancer said. But don't you think that maybe, well, the former Black Ponies, or at least Corny, the former Black Pony of Darkness, ought to come to the front of the parade with us?
Well, you know, that sounds like a really good idea to me,
Pinkie Pie replied. A splendid idea, in fact, Sparkle added. And so the Black Ponies, or at least those MLPs who had once been Black Ponies, made their way to the front of the group, with the main 6 mystery-solving ponies. And Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle, Splodge, Twinkle, Dodge, and the rest of the guinea pigs' families, of course. The Pink Pony of Dreams also made their way to the front, with Jumpy. Shall we go now? The Silver Rabbit, who had once just been an ordinary brooch, asked. I think it is time.
Then let's get going,
Dieselbell crawled out. Sounds fine with me, Clover replied. And so, as the ponies lining the streets of Paradise Land began cheered and clapped, the procession moved off, and everybody began to sing.
Cucumber, celery tots, celery, cucumber cake seems too good to be true. Old faces come back anew. The pickers will never come back. Rainbow comes from mountains back. Too good to be true. Turning Amber and Katie, Connie, Logan and Monkey got safely home with Lily likely. Well and truly others, the black ponies reign. They lost the cause, nightmares, the king of diamond dreamers are all that was today. Great good money is true. Goodness and misery and a psychology, please buy lots of fun for you. Life's just one big breezy dream. It just seems too good to be true. Cucumber pie.
After this initial happy sing-along, the recordings which the mystery ponies had made the previous night, along with a lot of the other ponies who had joined them in their adventures, began to play. And so the ponies, as they pranced happily in the parade with their heads held high, and Jackie and Desiree riding on two of their backs, were able to speak to each other, and speak to the black ponies, or rather, the ponies who had been black ponies for the past 4 years, and so had not been able to speak to their MLP friends for that length of time. What a beautiful day for a parade, Sparkle said. It's so nice to be able to show off my lucky hat at last. I'm so pleased that you bought it for me, Desiree. The little guinea pig who was standing in front of Jackie on Truly's back turned to look at Desiree, who was riding on Lance's back. It's no problem, Sparkle. I knew how much you loved your brother's lucky hat, and so really there was nothing else I could do except buy you one. I just can't believe that it's all finally over. All the black ponies and their helpers are gone, and finally we're on our way to a celebratory party outside Paradise Estate. It just seems so brilliant, Truly said.
I agree with you. That was like, such a surprise to know that we could, defeat them all.
Twinkle said, in reply to his owner.
I knew that we would do it one day. Because, of course, you have the magical Ponyland guinea pig on your team.
They fell silent for a few moments and looked around at the cheering crowds, who, of course, were gradually joining the parade themselves. The earlier they had arrived at the roadside where the parade would be taking place that morning, the nearer they were to taking part in the parade themselves, which meant that they got to parade past all of the latecomers. I suppose that was what had tempted them to come out on this bright sunny morning in November. I can't imagine what else it was, considering that they had had to wait for many hours. It was now 5:15 and was dark. The roads were lit by the lampposts in Paradise Land, and lamps which had been hung all along the roads towards Dream Valley.
Are there going to be, lots of celery tots when we get to the, Paradise Estate?
Twinkle asked.
I should imagine so.
Lofty replied.
Rainbow happiness!
Rainbow showers, the once black pony of sorrow called out. How nice to hear you finally calling something other than, sorrow, Desiree said, looking at the little white pony with rainbow-coloured mane and tail.
I really think that we should be talking to the black ponies, having invited them to the front of the parade,
Pinkie Pie said.
Don't you think that we ought to be having a conversation and taking this opportunity to speak to them again? After all, I haven't even met most of them. So I'd really appreciate it if you could introduce me. And
Kiwi Tart agreed.
Me too!
Showbell added.
Good point. In all the excitement thinking about the cucumber cakes when we finished this parade, we forgot to talk to the black ponies, who aren't black ponies anymore, of course. And they're the ones that this parade is celebrating. Oh, how funny! So, cucumber cake, are you pleased to be back in Ponyland?
Well, of course we are. Dazzle, the once black pony of disasters, said.
All that worries me is that, well, what if
any of the black ponies' helpers escape? Corny, the once black pony of darkness, said.
Oh, please don't say that.
Daisy, the pink pony of dreams, or Corny's sister, said.
I don't think I could stand it if you went away again.
The parade went on, and they spoke to some of the inhabitants of Rainbowland who had come down especially for this celebration.
Just think, Dodge, if you had opened my envelope earlier, this would have all happened many years ago. But you know what? I'm actually pleased that it didn't. Because I am happy to be with you now. And finally meet you all together. You and your families, that is. Me too, Soapy. I think that some things are just meant to be.
Dodge replied.
Already said it.
Corny,
Then say it.
Lancer
Girls
called
and
to the little pink pony who was at the other side of the line at the front of the parade. How I love to be able to say your name again. On the subject of black ponies' helpers escaping, and you worrying that you're going to be taken away again to be black ponies. Well, what I was going to say is, if Mary ever does escape from her prison, which I don't think she will, don't let her capture you. This time, you'll be aware of these dangerous humans, and so they'd never sneak into your room and take you away again.
Well, at least we hope not.
Dodge said. Lancer turned round and glared at his pet guinea pig. Of course, that only applies if you don't want to be a black pony again.
Yes, Lofty agreed. I don't know if all of that power has gone to your head and you actually want the power back. You may find that it's slightly boring living in Ponyland. There'll be hardly anything to fear now that all of you black ponies are gone. And so, well, I guess you may be wanting something to do, in which case you may want to be a black pony again and get your power back.
Why would I want to do that? Remembering what Lancer said earlier, Corny spoke of something which the little ponies had been saying that morning, a discussion which they had had about whether any of the former black ponies would miss their job. I should think that every pony in Ponyland believes in it.
How about those who live in Ponyville?
Pinkie Pie asked.
I don't. And those of us who live in Unicornia.
Rarity added from the crowds who were along this stretch of road that they were travelling down now. Yes, all of the ponies in Ponyland, Ponyville, Butterfly Island, Unicornia, and other lands which we may not have discovered yet. I'm sure that they all believe in it. For as you say, friendship and love are better than power. Any day.
We traveled down a long road together.
and we've come out knowing more than before.
We see that life is just a series of highways,
And each day we cross one road more.
so just come along, let's join our groups together.
Fill each day with laughter and with joy. Come along and we can't go wrong. Just come along and sing our song. All the world can come and join along.
And just come along and sing with us our pony song.
We travel towards the future with bright eyes, expecting to discover things new.
It's just like make a new friend called join us, you know. And guess what? Tomorrow that friend could be you. So just come on, let's join our paws together, you know. Fill each day with laughter and with joy. Come along, nothing can go wrong. Just come along and sing a song. All the world can come and join along.
And just come along and sing with us a pony song.
We traveled down a long road together,
And we've come out knowing more than before.
we see that life is just a series of highways,
And each year we cross one road more.
so just come along, let's join our groups together.
Fill each day with laughter and with joy.
Come along, nothing can go wrong. Just
Come along and sing a song.
all the world can come and join along. And just come along and sing with us our pony song.
We travel towards the future with bright eyes, expecting to discover things new.
Each day might make a new friend called join us, you know. And guess what? Tomorrow that friend could be you. So just come along, let's join our paws together, you know. Fill each day with laughter and with joy.
Come along, nothing can go wrong.
All the world can come and join along.
And just come along and sing with us a pony song.
Something is ending. Is that a tale? Our song is descending. Oh dear, my little pony, my little pony, my pony master is. My little pony, my little pony, little pony master is. All good things must come to an end, so it's time to say goodbye, my friend. My little pony, my little pony, my pony master is. My little pony, my little pony, little pony master is. Trotting on some lofty spot, this time we're gone for good. Desiree sparkle, twinkle and dodge, though we would return if we possibly could. My little pony, my little pony, my pony master is. My little pony, my little pony, little pony master is. My little pony master is.
But if you believe that all helpers are rather naive, how did they come up with such a lovely pony as the Black Pony of Darkness? Surely they must have got the idea somewhere. Seen a black pony. Perhaps I know who it was they saw. Just a suggestion. Could it be me? A voice called from the Black Mountains as the procession passed that way. Why, Corny, I didn't know you could do such a good Black Pony impersonation. It must be all that time you had his voice. Lancer said. What? I didn't see anything. I thought it was you, Lancer. Corny replied. Was it you, truly? It wasn't me. You, Lofty? Search me. Perhaps it was you, you naughty little baby pony. Mommy. I think it was Desiree. As if I'd really be that mean to the ponies. Maybe it was Mommy.
No, it wasn't me. I bet it was one of those mischievous guinea pigs.
A splendid idea, I don't think. Same here. Of course not, you know. And it sure wasn't me.
In fact, none of the ponies, guinea pigs, or humans had spoken. Then if it wasn't any of us, it must have been our imaginations truly finished for Desiree. But when we're so happy, why do we think of such a nasty pony as the Black Pony of Darkness? And all at the same time too. But the ponies could not think of an answer to this, so instead they went on with their parade and assured themselves that it must have been their imaginations. But if they had been at the top of the Black Mountains, they would have heard a rather familiar and nasty voice.
I could answer that for you, little ponies. The reason that you can't understand how you all thought of the Black Pony of Darkness at the same time is that you didn't. You heard me.